Welcome to Autism and Care. Here you'll find clear, trustworthy explanations about autism spectrum disorder, ADHD, dyslexia, language development, and so much more. No fluff, just straight to the point. Our mission: to help anyone living with these conditions better understand the challenges and discover real ways to support growth and development. Whether you're a parent, teacher, healthcare professional, or just someone eager to learn, this channel is for you. Because quality information has the power to change lives. Subscribe and hit the bell icon. Accessible knowledge starts now. Have you ever stopped to think about the impact an autism diagnosis can have on a family? It can feel like everything you imagined for your child's future suddenly begins to shift. There's a mix of fear, uncertainty, but also hope and a deep desire to understand. Getting a diagnosis isn't just hearing a label or a condition. It's the beginning of a journey that reshapes how you see your child's development, their needs, their struggles, and even the way you see the world around you. That moment can be overwhelming, filled with questions that all seem to come at once. Now what? What should I do? How can I help? Will they be able to communicate? Will they be happy? But what many don't say is that this transformation, as tough as it is, can bring clarity and strength to the family. And that's exactly why this video exists. To give voice to these emotions, to clarify what really matters, and to help you find a path of understanding, support, and hope. In this video, we're going to explore together the signs you might not have noticed yet. How to look beyond behavior and truly understand your child. Why having an informed and compassionate perspective makes all the difference. If this message speaks to you, don't keep it to yourself. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might be the light someone else needs to move forward. Have you ever seen a child suddenly start crying, screaming, and throwing themselves on the floor in the middle of a crowded store? To someone just watching, it might look like a tantrum or a lack of discipline. But for many children on the autism spectrum, this is actually a sensory meltdown. Imagine your brain trying to handle loud noises, bright lights, strange smells, and people moving too fast, all at once. For a child with autism, that combination can be completely overwhelming. What looks like a loss of control is actually a defensive response. These behaviors are a form of communication, even if they're not verbal. The child is saying, without words, "I'm overloaded. I need help." Understanding this changes everything. Parents begin to respond with calm and empathy. The child feels safer and understood, and the environment can be adjusted to prevent future meltdowns. If you've ever lived through a moment like this, you know how much this kind of understanding matters. Share your story in the comments. It might help other families going through the same thing. 10 signs you might be overlooking. Now that we understand how important it is to observe with empathy and attention, let's talk about some signs of autism that can be subtle, but very important. 1. Ongoing communication and interaction challenge. It's not just speech delays. It's difficult using language to connect, hold a conversation, or understand social situations. 2. Limited social interaction. The child might approach others but struggle to keep playing or prefers to engage only in their own interests. 3. Little or no eye contact. Avoiding eye contact, especially before 12 months old, can be an early sign. 4. Delayed or lost speech. Losing words or gestures they once used can be a red flag. 5. Strong interest in letters, numbers, or shapes, hyperlexia. Some children learn to read early, but still struggle with basic communication. 6. Rigid behavior and resistance to change. It's hard for them to handle new routines, wear different clothes, or try new foods. 7. Attachment to specific objects. Certain toys, blankets, or objects bring comfort and a sense of security. 8. Extreme food selectivity. They may reject foods based on smell, texture, or even color. 9. Increased sensory sensitivity. Strong reactions to light, noise, textures, or being touched. 10. Sleep issues. Trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking too early. When several of these signs appear together, it may be time to seek a professional evaluation. Have you noticed any of these signs in your child or someone close to you? Share your experience in the comments. It could make a big difference for someone else. Why do these signs appear? Understanding autism. The signs we mentioned earlier aren't just quirks or odd behaviors. They reflect how the autistic brain works differently. Autism spectrum disorder affects neurological development, especially the areas involved in communication, social interaction, and sensitivity to environmental stimuli. For example, difficulty with eye contact is connected to how the brain processes visual and social information. Rigid behaviors may be a way of coping with the anxiety triggered by change or unpredictability. Sensory sensitivity is a response to stimuli that seem normal to most people, but for someone with autism, they can be overwhelming or even painful. These differences aren't flaws or weaknesses, they're natural variations in how the brain functions. Understanding this helps reduce judgment and promotes acceptance. And when these signs appear, it's essential to seek qualified professionals who can provide a personalized and effective care plan. If this perspective resonates with you, let us know in the comments. How autism impacts the daily life of a child and their family. Living with autism isn't just about isolated signs. It's about how those signs affect a child's day-to-day life and the entire family's routine. Communication difficulties can lead to frustration because the child wants to express themselves but can't do it the way they'd like. Resistance to change and sensory sensitivity can make everyday situations challenging, like putting on a new outfit, entering a noisy place, or trying unfamiliar food. That demands a huge amount of patience from parents and caregivers, as well as constant adaptation of environments and routines. On top of that, families often face criticism from people who don't understand autism, which adds emotional stress. But despite the challenges, there are also daily victories, small wins that bring big joy. The love and dedication that grow through these experiences become the foundation for progress and quality of life. If this sounds familiar to you, we'd love for you to share your story in the comments. Pathways to support and development. Autism comes with challenges, but also many possibilities, especially when the right support is in place. The first step is acceptance, understanding that every child is unique with their own timing, limits, and strengths. Early intervention is key to encouraging communication, social interaction, and developmental progress. Professionals like speech therapists, psychologists, occupational therapists, and special educators are powerful allies on this journey. Adapting the home and school environment, with predictable routines and supportive stimuli, can help reduce anxiety and stress for the child. And just as important, taking care of the emotional health of parents and caregivers. A strong, supported family is the best foundation a child can have. Sharing experiences, seeking reliable information, and joining support groups can make a huge difference. If you've discovered a strategy or resource that helped your family, we'd love to hear about it in the comments. And if this content has helped you in any way, make sure to follow the Autism and Care channel, like the videos, and share them with others who could benefit from this information.